All right, we got this wiring harness. They just literally just twisted the wires together and taped it. So I'm taking all these off and I'm gonna solder them and do it properly back to the harness. I think they're just the speaker wires. There's 8 of them, so I think that's it. So I'm gonna do those, solder those. After that, I'm gonna start putting everything back together.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
I got this harness repaired. As you can see, I soldered all the wires individually, wrapped them up individually, and then wrapped up the bundle back together. So I think, assuming the speakers in the car work, I should be able to plug this in and everything will work, and the crappy sound system that comes with this car should work. We'll see once I get it all back together, but I got a lot to do, as you can see. Alright, I'm gonna start reassembly. The first thing I'm gonna do is put the vents back in, and then the speaker grate thing up at the top. My leather glue came out okay, not perfect. It still shrank a little, so there's gonna be a little tiny bit showing at the corner, but it's 10 times better than it was. So we're gonna put these vents back in. We're gonna bolt those down. They overlap in the center, and then we'll put the speaker grate down and bolt that down. Which bolts, there's a bolt here and 2 on the side for both sides, and it's kind of tricky because you got to get underneath this piece, which is what broke the windshield, so you got to be super careful with that. All right, everybody, I got the leather back in. See, it came out pretty decent, not too bad. It still has a little piece on the corner you can see right there that's shrunk. There's nothing I can do about that. The other side's about the same, but 10 times better. It's tucked in there now. It won't come out again. I bolted everything down. I'm gonna put the stereo nav whatever unit back in and then start reassembling the dash. There's what the back of it looks like. It's got a ton of plugs, so make sure you get all of them plugged back in. All right, I got the airbag back in. I'm gonna bolt that all up, and then I'm gonna bolt the radio up and hook all the airbag stuff back up. If you're gonna do this job, budget for a windshield. We got a little excited, Dan punched it, but yeah, budget for a windshield. Aftermarket's like $1,500. I think a factory one's $5,000 or something. All right, getting ready to do the battery in here, and we're gonna put an anti-gravity in. 60 amp hour group H648 is the size for this car, so we're gonna put that in. We sell these on our website. Okay, the project continues. Sorry for the loud noise in the background. They're doing the texture on the wall in the kitchen, but I refinished the instrument cluster, the inside piece, because it was sticky and stuff, and cleaned it real good, and so I'm putting that back in now. It's held in with 4 bolts in the back and a bunch of bolts in the front. Make sure you plug in all the harnesses and everything. It's not a huge deal to get out of there, but I'm gonna button that up. Then I've got to do the climate control, all the under panels, the headlight switch and parking brake switch on this side, hook everything back up, and then hook up the battery, and I think we're good to go, other than the headliner, which I might do before I finish up. I've got the headliner made. You'll see that in a separate video, but so yeah, we're gonna button it up and hopefully get this thing running today and see how many codes we have. All right, I got the instrument cluster sort of in there. You actually have to bolt it from the top, but I'm replacing the new binnacle with this new carbon fiber binnacle from Exotic Car Gear. We sell these on our website. A lot of these get melted. The top piece gets melted and they get sticky and they look like crap, so this is a really cool upgrade. Not too difficult to do. You do have to take off the clamshell and all the little pieces in there and everything, but we're gonna install this and see what it looks like. But like I said, we do sell these on our website, so check it out. All right, we got the instrument cluster surround installed and it looks pretty good. So I'm gonna do the climate control now. This big unit right here. Look at how nice that looks. I'm gonna put this back in. All right, we're back in the car. I got it all back together. Battery's hooked up. The dash came on, so it's good. I haven't started it yet. I need to hook this all up so I don't get an airbag light. There's that sensor for the light that says airbag off passenger or whatever. If that's unplugged, you'll get an airbag light. There it is. It's all put back together. Some of this stuff's a little janky. There were so many missing screws that I ran out of screws to put it back together, so I had to get the extra bin of screws that we had. These little Allen screws. There's a bunch of them missing, but I got them all back in place. Tomorrow I'm going to put the headliner in, and then this thing is ready to drive. All right, everybody. I got the car completely back together. The only thing is this panel right here still is a little janky because there's like 5 broken tabs on it. I did the best I could to get that back. And then I got to do a deep clean because this thing's nasty from me climbing everywhere, but got the headliner all done. Dash is all fixed. Radio works now. I started it up. Still have an AVH error that pops up and an airbag light, which I need to clear. Oh, those lights aren't coming up, so I think those reset. So good, we got no warning lights. That's just for the battery tender. Everything works. I'm just amazed, because usually when I do this stuff, there's always one or two things that don't work. This little switch here was kind of a pain to get working, because I accidentally, when I reassembled it, I put these buttons in the reverse spot, so the trunk button was popping the fuel door and vice versa, so that was interesting. So yeah, there it is, all back together. Got the dash done. I'm gonna get that fire extinguisher recharged, do a deep clean on this thing, and get the new windshield in. We'll do that in a separate video, but for now, iTurdia, or whatever you guys are calling it, DIY fixer-upper car. Okay, here we are. I've got my trusty sidekick here. This is the first time we're starting it. Pretty nervous. You know, when you take that much crap apart and do wiring and stuff, you never know what's gonna happen. I already did clear all the codes and everything. So, oh, it's got the tender plug. Will it still start with the tender?
No.
No.
You gotta unplug the tender.
Okay, here we go. No codes.
No codes?
No codes.
Wait, the engine light hasn't cleared yet. Check tire pressure.
I'm not worried about that.
Oh! It went away.
Ding, ding, ding. We did it. All back together. We still got to do the windshield. It's pretty messed up. We got a little excited on that. All the stickies came out amazing. As you can see, I still got to do a little cleanup in here. It's pretty dirty. Headliner looks great. Heck yeah. Time to take it for a drive. All right, that's gonna do it for this video. We got the car all back together. Everything is running good. Lots more to come. We have an exhaust to do. We have a bunch of carbon fiber stuff, and a bunch of other cool stuff with this car. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching the video. Like, share, and subscribe as usual. And check out our website, NG Supercars and NormalGuySupercar.com. Thank you. All right, everybody, got your car on the road, so I'm going to do its maiden voyage since we got it all fixed. Just going to go up and down the road and make sure everything no weird lights or anything. Everything seems to be okay. No rattles. I always worry when you take all that crap apart. I really worry about rattling in the dash, wherever, under the dash, wherever you have loose screws and stuff. I ran out of screws when I put it back together, believe it or not, because it was missing so many screws from before, so we had some extras that I, you know, buttoned everything up with, so everything has the screw where it's supposed to be. This carbon fiber thing looks pretty cool. I'm just trolling through the neighborhood. Well, looks like it's a success.